What is it about Liverpool Football Club that makes you go through every single emotion every single time? Ladies and gentlemen, the Barclays is back. The Reds are back. Hugo is just boss. And Mohammed is still the opening day king. This is a post-match reaction to Liverpool 4, Bournemouth 2 on the opening day of the season. A day of full of emotions. I'm barely recovered myself. And only this club can do this to you. I don't know of any other club that can do that. It's Anfield today was an emotional place. Um, the crowd was in early, packed. Bournemouth always give us a good game, but it was almost a sideshow. It was all about the debutants, the emotion of the tragedy of Diego Jota. And so, therefore, everyone was predicting a walkover. But I've said it once and I'll say it again, football is a humbler. And Liverpool were very, very nearly humbled today. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the show. I was going to say it's not quite a show. Liverpool tried to put on a show, but it nearly ended up in disaster. What to make of that game? I don't know where to start. Literally, I don't know where to start. I haven't gathered my thoughts enough, but it's always good. I want to start giving raw match reactions and then do a more considered one later. The lineup, no surprises in the lineup. Well, maybe a slight surprise with McAllister starting after a long time out. Slot often talked about sort of the lack of match sharpness in Alexis McAllister, Gary McAllister, I was going to say. Curtis Jones left out, Szoboszlai partnering him in alongside midfield, and the rest of the team picks itself. I thought we made a decent enough start, but Bournemouth were comfortable. Bournemouth are a crack outfit, man. This manager, I don't see him lasting at Bournemouth, man. He's got big team written all over his forehead. Big team. He's a big manager. He's a big coach. Everyone spoke about sort of the decimation of Bournemouth. 3 of their starting back four left. But they looked organised. They looked well drilled, disciplined. And in Semenyo, they have an absolute superstar. Absolute superstar. And now we can see and understand why Liverpool were interested in him. Maybe still are, for future reference. Fantastic player. For me personally, the closest thing to Sadio Mane I've seen in a long time. Left foot, right foot. Dangerous running at players, strength, can play right, wide, left. Usually plays left, but interestingly, he played wide right to target. How should I describe Milos Kerkez? Erratic Milos Kerkez, and I hope I don't continue to use that adjective to describe him for the rest of the season. I hope he calms down. He has great physical attributes, no doubt about it, and he's a crisp passer of the ball. He's got a brilliant delivery and all of that, but he's erratic. He almost gives me Albi Moreno vibes, but he has more attributes than Albi Moreno. And I hope he becomes a better defender. I hope he becomes a more cultured defender. Bit of a tall order, but let's see. Look, what to make of the game. Hugo Ekitike scores the opening goal, and my God, did it remind me of Diogo Jota, the kind of goals Diogo Jota used to score as well. Just forcing his way through. I remember Jota scored a similar goal against Chelsea, an opening goal against Chelsea, I remember. I was at the game at Anfield. And obviously the commentators were talking about, it reminds me of Torres or Suarez, but that goal reminded me of Forever 20 himself. And we looked comfortable after that. We looked comfortable without sort of being brilliant, like we were brilliant in the opening half against Palace. Verts, I thought, was quiet. And look, people ready to flog him. That's fine. That's fine. Let them talk about his feet, whatever. Verts will grow into this team and become a superstar. There's no doubt about it. Frimpong was relatively okay, working his way up. I was just, waiting for that second goal, and how often been waiting for that second goal, it doesn't come, but this time it came, and it was the Dutch clutch again. Gakpo. Yeah, Gakpo's clutch, man. I thought he had a good game. And when he gets in those positions, invariably he puts them away. Cleanest striker in the team. Cleanest striker of the ball. Maybe Szoboszlai. I'd say Gakpo, actually. Still Gakpo. Cleanest striker of the ball. Side foot power. Unstoppable finish. And you think to yourself, 2-0, opening day, sing the songs, relax, and see the game out. Oh, Liverpool Football Club. The first goal we concede, Szoboszlai tries to do a flick in the middle of the pitch, and we get counted on. It's a brilliant cross from their new fullback. And that man Semenyo was just lethal with the finish, with the pace. Virgil, Konate, Robertson. Don't know where Endo was. That was a strange. Well, it turned out. I thought it was a strange substitution at the time, but it turns out that Frimpong felt his hamstring, so it had to be done. And then 2-1 up, and then the next phase of play. 10, 15 minutes later, we have pretty much 8 players ahead of the ball when we're 2-1 up on the edge of their box. On the edge of their box. Go back and watch it. So we can discuss the personnel howlers from Konate. From Virgil, I'd say, I thought Szoboszlai was poor. I thought Salah was poor before his goal. I thought Wirtz was poor. Call a spade a spade. So many poor performances. I didn't think Kirkes was great either. Erratic, as I said. But when you have 8 players ahead of the ball and you're 2-1 up at home, it makes zero sense when the opposition are known for their lightning transitions. Even Nielsen and Semenyo caused us problems. It was a great finish. It was a great run, great finish. But where was our team? Curtis, Endo, brought on to shore up things. Didn't shore up things. Just didn't. And then obviously we need the Anfield crowd to rev us up again, and we need to get a winner. We can't let this emotional day finish without a happy ending. And Federico Chiesa is actually thrown a lifeline. Maybe a discussion for the coming days, weeks before the end of the window. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thrown a lifeline? But listen, he's thrown on the pitch to do something, and my God, he does something. At the time, I thought he's mishit the volley, but after a scramble, the ball lands to him, and he actually strikes it clean. I love this celebration. He actually couldn't believe he scored. He was like, me, I scored. He's going around telling everyone he scored, tapping the badge and all of that. And of course, probably the most popular song around Europe, I'd say, right now, gets blasted all over Anfield and sang for about 10 minutes non-stop, and deservedly so. If anyone deserves a moment like that, Federico Chiesa couldn't go through a Liverpool career and not have a moment like that. I know he scored a goal at Wembley for us, but he needed a moment like that. In a big game, opening day, comes off, has an impact into the cop. A volley into the cop. Liverpool out of jail. And then that man, Mohamed Salah. I'm going to hold my hands up and say, even I have my doubts about the amount of goals he's going to score this season. I think he's going to have a different role in terms of more creation, especially with the strikers we're going to have. So I thought his role is going to change. We're not going to use Mohamed Salah as our goal scorer. We're going to use his intelligence, his game intelligence, his vision, his preciseness, and above all, his mentality. This is a mentality of a winner, of a king. What must be going through these players' heads after the tragedy, we will never know, guys. And I think it's being underplayed. the amount of emotional trauma these lot have gone through. And that's why I'm not as angry as I would have been in a normal situation when we lost a 2-0 lead and the whole basically start to this campaign, because this is going to be one roller coaster emotionally, mentally, physically. And that was epitomized by Mohamed Salah's goal, which was some goal, by the way, on his standing foot. We know about Mohamed Salah's right foot. It's literally to stand on, tucks in, and almost like a Gakpo type finish, very similar to Gakpo's finish. But those scenes, guys, and I've just watched them, and that's why I'm a bit somber still, even though I should be absolutely jumping off the walls with that comeback win in the last few minutes. It really, really made me emotional. Watching Mo in tears got me. I probably got millions of Reds all around the world, and non-Reds as well, for that matter. Just shows you the humanity, the humility of side of things, and just what that guy meant to these guys and to all of us. But to us, he was someone we adored and watched on a TV screen or sometimes at the ground. We cheered and we sang his song. But this was the guy's friend, sharing every day in training, laughing, joking, chilling with each other, having breakfast, and then playing football twice, 3 times a week with these guys. We will never know what they are going through mentally and what kind of emotional damage maybe is caused. But this man, Mohamed Salah, has the mentality of a king, of a warrior, of a winner. But seeing him in tears at the end, guys, made me realize that we will never understand the depths of what effect this has had on them. And there's a long way to go. And if this is just the start of the season, then yeah, hope you will have medical insurance. That's what I'm going to say, because that was something else. Liverpool eventually won 4-2. HUGO TK will speak on more, because I thought his performance was brilliant. Man of the match, and deservedly so. And then I'm not going to go into the issues right now. There's lots of issues to discuss, but I'll be making more videos, and we'll check out. We'll do a panel show as well. We'll get more ideas from more of the lads. So we won't go into that too much, but I just wanted to do a quick match reaction, a raw match reaction. And yeah, Mohamed Salah has made me a bit somber, and I shouldn't be somber. We should be jumping off, bouncing off the walls with that comeback win. Long season, long season, long way to go. But it ends with me saying, Diogo Jota forever, number 20. You never walk alone. That was for you.